Hi, FlossTube.
Hello, FlossTube.
I'm PM.
And I'm Stephanie.
And this is
Just Keep Stitching,
episode 272.
Yay. 2 plus 35 plus 30 plus 5 plus 50 plus 45 plus 5 plus 99 plus 1 is 272, cuz math.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hello, people.
Yes, it's Thursday.
Yes, it is.
You haven't
It
slept
sure
through a day or two or three.
Nope.
This is a special episode in that we have so much to tell you about that we, I think we sort of kind of promised a video yesterday or today.
We might have.
Because
We're not in the business of breaking promises.
No, because we were at the Stitch West retreat.
We were.
And then in gathering up everything that we wanted to show you, we decided that this would be a show just about Stitch West.
Yes.
So,
because if we were to include everything and Stitch West, it would be 7 hours long.
Yeah, and you have lives, clearly.
Correct. And we want you to watch it and feel like you can ingest it in either 1 or 2, maybe 3 sittings or whatever.
Right. And we're going to come back on Sunday with a regular episode with all the regular features.
Yes.
Okay, segments, whatever you want to call it.
Right. So this episode will have some regular features that you guys are used to.
Yeah.
Like whips and stuff. But as it'll be...
The format is going to be a little bit looser.
Correct.
Because we went to Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
To a absolutely fantastic retreat that we cannot say enough good things about.
Correct.
We had the time of our lives.
True.
We went the farthest away for a retreat we've ever been, with the exception of Europe in 2019.
Yeah.
But stateside, this was the farthest that we have ever gone.
Yeah.
And we're thankful that we were able to do it. And it was so spectacular that we are already saving our money for next year.
Yes, ma'am.
So that tells you, I hope, a lot about what this event was like, what this trip was like, what the weekend was like. And we're going to get into specifics about it in this episode. Because if we were to wait until Sunday, it would be not just a movie, it would be a mini series.
Correct.
Nobody has time for it.
Right. So,
okay.
So, but before we get into Stitch West stuff, I do have one thing of business I wanted to share. Excuse me. And
just because it's timely and you need to know this ahead of time.
Exactly. So, every year, so let's real quick conversation about my stickering hobby. So, this year I really had really high hopes as to what I was going to do with my second hobby, which is planning and stickering. And at about market time, my wheels really started coming off the bus. And so I just didn't have any extra time to sticker and stuff. And so, however, that doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that I'm not buying stickers still, or that I have no interest in doing it. I absolutely do. And so I'm going to try my best to get back into it in 2023. And I do want to memory plan this fall, at least, especially after last weekend. So anyway, all that to say is that the brand new 2022 Needlework Press Book of Days is here. And this is it. So if you're unfamiliar, this is a calendar in its purest form. And this, how I use it, I mean, you can use it for whatever, but so it's like this, and then there's a, full page spread for every month. And what I have used it for in the past and what I plan on using it for in 2023 is to keep track of what I stitch on and stitching things that I do. So every retreat that I go on, what I stitch on in each day, that kind of thing, that's what I plan on putting in this book of days. And shameless plug, if you need to get your hands on a copy of your own Needlework Press book of days, Keepsakes has them in stock. We got our shipment while I was in Utah, and so I got to get mine when I went back to work. And then and anyone who was on the pre-order list, your package has shipped as well. So so that's very exciting. But we have plenty more in stock. So if you are someone who maybe didn't pre-order it and you really want one or two or three or four or five, then give us a call.
Christmas gifts.
Yes, exactly. Perfect Christmas gifts. And then next year, my plan is to sticker in this and to share that with FlossTube when I'm stickering in it. That's what I'm trying to say. I almost said stitching in it, but I will not be stitching on this piece of paper. Thank you so much. So, so very exciting. Needlework Press 2023 book of days. I can't believe it. Can't believe it's 2023. And then there's also some snippets of information. There's really fun little quotes. And it's just really great. So if you're looking for a way to track your stitching, and maybe add some stickers,
highly recommend.
Highly recommend. So there's that.
Yep.
Okay, so then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about our whips and what we worked on since you've seen us and while we were in Utah.
Yeah.
So, I will go first, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And then, because yours is more retreat
related.
I mean, not that mine's not retreat related, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, I took probably 8 projects. And 2 of them, though, were new starts that I was planning. So, and then what I ended up working on was not something I thought I was going to be working on. So that's
Isn't
funny.
that always the way it retreats? It is all the way for those of you who
Yes.
have been to it.
Yes. So, I actually was going through, I have a bin full of kits and fully kitted up things. And a lot of things that Shepherd's Bush makes and puts out. If you are unfamiliar, Shepherd's Bush is in Ogden, Utah. And we were planning on visiting there. And I did not want to buy things I already had. So I wanted to look through that bin of kits and just double, triple check to make sure. And while I was looking through all my project bags with fully kitted things in there, I found one of my whips. Don't know how it got there, but whatever. It is what it is.
Right.
So, and I was like, I was wondering where that went.
How many times have we said that?
Many, many times.
Yeah.
So this is from Santa Rides from the Prairie Schooler. And I want to do all of them in this whole book, but this is the one that I started. And it's because I love hot air balloons. So, and so it was super easy for me to stitch on this at retreat because it's small and it's mostly one color. And that balloon is large. Okay. It's a large balloon. This is large and I'm stitching on 40 count.
That's true.
So, this is on 40 count. Don't have it listed. I know it's fiber on a whim. I don't know what the color of the fabric name is.
It looks like a sage green.
It is. It is a sage green.
Whether that's the name.
I don't think that's the name.
But that's what it looks like to me. It's a grayish green.
Yes. So, and I'm using all of the called for colors because it's Prairie Schooler, and I just feel like I can't switch colors on Prairie Schooler. And I probably wouldn't if I could. Anyway. But I didn't like the beige brown look either. So I left it on the hoop so you could see it. So this is how much I have. This is so much stitching. So when I went to Stitch West, I had everything from above here done. So I got all this done. I mean, I did this like last night, and I did these stars last night. And then I found I had done some of the little basket down here, and it was off.
Yeah.
So I had to frock. So that's great. So there's like a little more and a little less than what I had at Stitch West. But I love it. And it's really, really, really easy to stitch.
Yeah.
Because it's just like basically
itty bitty.
Yeah. And it's cute. So. And I love those little stars over there. And because you can barely see them. I mean, I realize this is a reprint. But you can barely see the stars on there. So.
You can definitely see them on the green.
You absolutely can.
In real life.
So, I plan on stitching other ones in the series at some point. I think that what I had said was like, I want to stitch a Christmas ornament and have one for this year. And that was what I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's what's the original intention.
I do believe you're correct. Okay.
Yeah. So,
then the second thing that I worked on, the next two are new starts, which we love. Knowing that, oh, that's hilarious. Just, God bless you, Pam.
I'm back.
Okay, thanks. So, knowing that we were going to be in Utah and going to go to Shepherd's Bush and all the things. So this was I've been to Utah before, but I was a little kid.
Yeah, she doesn't remember.
So don't really remember it. I know we went to Dinosaur National Monument at one point. There's a picture of me literally in Dinosaur National Monument. Yep. So I know it happened.
Yeah.
But not in my adult life and not like,
right.
I just can't remember. So, to memorialize or commemorate or whatever, my first real big trip to Utah, I decided that I would start one of the many Shepherd's Bush charts in my stash because I very much like them. I realized that what it is about Shepherd's Bush that I like so much is that it's a combination of a lot of things I really love. Like, it can be kind of primmy with all their pastels, but it's also kind of cutesy, but not overly cutesy. And I don't know, it's just great. They're timeless. I look at Shepherd's Bush a lot like Prairie Schooler.
Yeah.
So out of my wonderful stash of charts, that's funny, I picked this one, and this is called A Full Heart, and that is what I had when I left Utah. And so I was just like, this will be perfect. So this is finished on a paper mache box, which I do plan on doing that exact same thing with. And I don't know where I got this, but it came fully kitted. So, with 32 count linen, because it has to be to fit on the box. But lucky for me, they called for to do in one thread, because it's silks, and that's like the vibe that they have. So this is the card that comes with it, with all the beautiful silks on it. It's like a combination of dinky dyes and Belsois and a bunch of things, but it was already on the card. I feel like I got it in a D-stash, because usually in the kits, I did not cross this stitch. The kits come with the threads, and then you have to put them on the cards. So I didn't put those on the cards. It was already like that. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so the fabric. Oh, I forgot to see what the fabric was. Like I said, it's 32 count. It's all the thing says is 32 count hand-dyed linen in stone steps.
Does it say the source of the fabric?
It sure doesn't. Because it's probably thinking, why do you need to know the source of the fabric if it's already in there?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It was sold as a kit, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, based on the price tag, it definitely was.
So stone steps, if
you know where that came from,
you know. So
great, stone steps. And so what I ended up Didn't have the cover page.
Oh, sorry.
No. So what I ended up doing was, I didn't want to start in the middle. So I ended up starting in the top center, up at that flower up there. And so this is what I have. So I love it. And I worked on this all day Sunday at retreat. So, of course, using all the called for colors and the called for fabric.
Cool. So
that's fun. I've never stitched over 1 on 32 count ever before. And it's kind of fun, you guys. It's kind of fun. What's wrong?
Oh, your coverage is good.
Well, yeah, it's silk.
Oh, because, the silk is a fuller
It's
fiber.
a fuller fiber, yes, ma'am.
And cotton.
It sure is. So, and I love the variegation of the purple. Like in the word full, oh, that's all one thread. It's so pretty. So, and also, you'll hear us mention a lot of some of our favorite people on the planet live in Utah. And one of those people is Brenda from Handwork Maniac. And she stitched that. And I saw her stitch that on her channel here on FlossTube. And so it was kind of like all of those things mixed together. Yeah. So then my third whip, technically second new start, is speaking of some of my favorite people. I started a sale with 2 of my best girlfriends. So it's Kefren from Snug Harbor Crafts and Victoria from Stitchy Fix. And I've known Kefren since, 2017? But we first met in person at StitchCon. If you remember me talking about that, my world changed. It was all rainbows and butterflies since then. And then I met Victoria for the first time at StitchCon. But they were at different weekends. So I didn't even know that they knew each other. And then at weekend B of StitchCon, I'm talking to Victoria and her mom, Chris. And I'm like, wait, you went to Stitch West? Because Victoria had gone by herself last year. And she was like, yeah, me and Kev are friends. And I was like, oh my gosh. Because we're all about the same age. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. So then about less than 2 weeks after StitchCon, I got a message on Instagram that was part of a group chat. That was me and Victoria and Kev. And Victoria had started the chat, and she was like, I'm just putting myself out there, and I just really love you guys, and I think that we all would make really great friends. And the courage to do that, making friends as an adult is hard, okay? And so I was like, I'm down, and Kev was like, I'm down, and we've talked pretty much every day since, so that's been great. So, I love them so, so much. It's just such a shame that we live so far apart. Victoria's in Chicago and obviously Kefren is in Utah. So we don't get to see each other as much as we'd obviously love to do. But, I can't say enough great things about them and the friendship that they bring to my life. So, anyway, so we got to see them in Salt Lake, obviously. And I decided that we were going to start a sale. And I mean, we had talked about it, so they kind of knew this was coming. But I got the charts and kitted everything up for them and gifted it to them in Utah. And so one of the things that we had talked about in the getting to know you, first couple weeks of the chat, right? Finding out what not just one or two of us had in common, but what all 3 of us had in common. And one of those things was music. And so in our own ways, music has been important to all 3 of us in our own lives for whatever reason. And so then earlier this year, Little House Needleworks released their latest in their Hometown Holidays series, which is the music store. And It's cute. It's small. It's not a big undertaking. If you watch Snug Harbor Crafts, you know that, Kef is not the biggest cross stitcher in the world. Okay. We love her, but she's not crazy town like me. And so I didn't want to overwhelm her, and I wanted it to be something that, like, we all three would be able to finish and show off. Not this Christmas, but next Christmas. So I got all this, the charts, and then I bought everybody fabric, and I bought everybody threads. So it is a combination of Classic Colorworks and DMC. And I am stitching mine on 36 count Liberty Gathering Gray from R&R Reproductions. And that is how much I have done. And I'm using one thread over two. I feel like you have something to say.
No, I'm looking at it.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just looking at the details. I guess I never did before.
So it's interesting because, okay, so all three of us are stitching it on fabric that will make them end up to be the same size. So Catherine and I are stitching it on the same fabric. The 36 count Liberty Gathering Gray. Yes, she's stitching it on 36 count, people.
And she's doing a
darn good job.
Good job.
I'm so proud of her.
Really good.
And like she was literally handing it to me every 3 seconds going, I think it's wrong. Tell me it's wrong. And I'm like, it's correct. You put the needle in the right place. So very exciting for her. And then Victoria is stitching it on 18 count Ada. And so in the same sort of color. And so it's going to be so great to see them all three together was really cool. So, there's a picture that will be in the slideshow that is of the three of us, in our matching sweatshirts and because on Saturday was the day we wore our matching sweatshirts and we started our sale together. So you'll see them together, all three of us. But my tension is different than Victoria's, different than Catherine's. Victoria is using 2 threads over 1 on Ada, on the 18 count Ada. I am using 1 thread on 36, as is Catherine. But I pull tighter than Catherine does. So mine looks a little bit more primmy than Kef's does. So they're all three going to look the same but different, which is great because that's what we are. So, very cool. And then I did also receive some lovely gifts from both of the girls. And just wanted to say publicly thank you both for those. And I got this very lovely card from Victoria, and I've read it now 3 separate times. Makes me cry every time. So thank you so much for that, Victoria. But I'm going to keep it in my whip bag.
Right.
So so look for that picture of the three of us holding ourselves. It's really cute.
Yeah.
So that is all I stitched on at Stitch West Incense.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, Pam, what have you been doing with your life?
Okay, so I didn't really want to take a whole bunch of whips with me. No. I knew that I was going to start a sale at the retreat.
True.
And look here.
Get it together, Pam.
And
so do this one first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was something that I was given a heads up by a friend, Kim, who is local, who did the last year's sale, started at Stitch West, finished at Stitch West this year.
Yeah, so they have like 1 full year to stitch on.
And primarily headed up by Colette from Highway Stitcher, Brenda from Handwork Maniac. And when we saw Colette at Quilters, she was talking it up because she took the chart and divided it, like drew 12 different sections so that you would have a way to pace yourself through the year.
Yeah.
And then our friend Kim suggested that I get on board with the SAL and order the full kit from the Silver Needle.
Yep.
Which I immediately did.
Of course.
Because it is the drawn thread, and I love the drawn thread.
She does.
So, this was the package, and this is what the design looks like. It's kind of houses in a row. It's called the Sunnyside Sampler. And it's brand new, I'm pretty sure.
No.
No, not brand new.
No.
Not brand new.
No.
And as far as I know, you can still buy it as a kit from the Silver Needle.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't double check that today, but I'm pretty sure. So what I got was the chart.
Yeah.
And I got the fabric, all serged, from the Silver Needle.
Yep.
And all the threads perfectly sorted on actually 3 different cards. Okay?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Colette divided it into 12 sections.
I didn't know if there was 12 houses. That's what I was looking for.
Well, she's...
But yeah, I see
she's got the
thing that she's divided. Yeah.
So, I got on board at Quilters, got my kit in the mail, and took it to Salt Lake.
Yep.
And, what are you doing?
Trying to find the date. Just keep talking.
Well, just to show you, what I decided to do is I decided to go, like Stephanie just said on one of her whips, she went to the center top.
Yeah.
And worked down.
Yep.
I went to the
center side.
Left-hand side halfway down.
So like right here.
Yes.
Yep. Got it.
And so this is the fabric.
So it says along the top, keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side, keep on the sunny side of life.
The old-fashioned song. It's an old-fashioned song.
It's so cute.
And so by going down the left-hand side, that got me to the windows in the first house.
Yeah, it did.
And I got the first 3 windows in. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I love the fibers, and it wasn't that I was not enjoying it that I stopped.
Oh, yeah, no.
It was just at a retreat. There's a lot going on. And I just wanted to make a concerted effort to find my starting place.
Yeah.
And then after I had gotten maybe one of these first windows in, somebody from across the room came over. I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Brenda.
Yeah.
And she said, you did notice that those letters at the top, if you were to start in the upper left, are over 1. And I had not studied it to know that. But I just went, all the better that where I started was to 1 over 2. It's 1 over 2 on 32. 32 count.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're doing the same, Pam.
Yeah. So it's very pretty, and
it's gorgeous.
I think I'm going to be able to keep up.
Oh, I absolutely do.
With 1 section a month. I think they picked a day of the month each month to finish by, but I'll work at my own pace, and I'll have it done in a year with no problem. So that's Sunnyside Sampler Sal. I'm sure that this was not an exclusive kit offered at the retreat, so you can still buy it, and you can still join us for the Sal.
Yeah. With the goal of finishing it by next October, generally. Yep.
Or if you happen to be going to Stitch West 2023, whatever dates they set for that.
Yeah.
Then, you know, and all the girls from the prior year, Kim and Brenda and Colette, and there was one other gal, I can't think of her name right now, all stood up front and showed off their finished pieces, which is always
really
fun.
Cool. Yeah.
Which is always fun. So, that was one thing that I stitched at the retreat.
Yep.
And then we haven't talked about the main event, really.
Right.
But they had 2 exclusive designers, 2 designers there who had exclusive Stitch West Retreat patterns.
Yes.
And one of them was Jorden from Little Stitch Girl.
Yep.
And her mom and her aunt and her grandmother.
Yeah.
All the basic bunch were there. It was fabulous.
Yep.
And so
it was so crazy to
they
see them
did
all
their
together.
presentation and handed out their kits and their charts, and that was fabulous.
Do you want me to show them what it is since we're talking about it? And then we'll show Teresa's.
Okay.
Okay. So this was the chart that Jorden had designed exclusive for the Stitch West Retreat. So, and it's just a chart, which is great, and it's called A Stitcher's Life. It says, a Stitcher's life is the life for me. I love the bright colors. It's so cute.
Yeah.
And so there's charts in here for, obviously, this main chart. And then these little guys here are technically, you can make, needle minders out of them. Or you can just embellish your project, but they're made out of perforated paper. How cute is that? Mm-hmm. And then this is supposed to look like it's unfinished, and then you kind of like put it in throughout, and then you stick a needle in it. So cute. Mm-hmm. And then this is the scissor fob to go with.
Adorable.
So
adorable.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jorden is very, very talented. So that was what we got on Friday night.
Right.
Okay.
And then the other designer that was featured there was Teresa Kogan.
Yes.
And as we've mentioned before, we are big fans of Teresa Kogan. I am a patron at the highest level, and we show off her patterns all the time on this channel. Mm-hmm. It was such a treat to have both designers there.
Yeah.
And when it got time for Teresa's presentation, mm-hmm. We were all as excited as we were for Jorden's.
Oh, yeah.
Totally. But the theme of Teresa's was a total shock to me. I did not know.
Yeah, well, nobody knew what it was going to be. Yeah.
But I did not know that I would relate to it so closely.
Yeah, yeah.
So...
because Deb and Kev, they just let the designers do whatever they want. It's not like on a theme or whatever.
No. So if you can imagine the excitement in the room when all of these beautiful navy bags were handed out by all the helpers throughout the room.
Yep.
There were about 200 people at this retreat, roughly.
Yeah.
So I'll show you that in a second. But in terms of the stitching that I did at the retreat, staying on point here.
Yes.
In my beautiful nautical Rika bag from House of Stitch and Stash. Teresa had 3 different patterns.
She did.
And she described them all fully. And as she was describing them, before she held them up, every word out of her mouth I was hanging on. I was literally sitting there going, are you absolutely kidding me? Are you absolutely...
her hands are fully over her mouth.
The anticipation was just amazing.
Yeah.
And I'll take it out of the plastic so you can see. So, it is called Seaworthy Sampler. Mm-hmm. And it says, designed for Stitch West Retreat, Salt Lake City, Utah, October 2022. I think Jorden's has also got that in there.
It does.
And this is Seaworthy Sampler. Now, I don't think there's a centimeter of this design that does not speak my name.
Truly. Maybe
the fact that the sail on the sailboat is made out of a quilt and I don't quilt. That's a minor thing since,
I mean, truly.
How clever is this?
Ridiculous.
Now, I am going to say that, of course, the tears started flowing.
Yeah, as soon as she opened the package.
And I just have
lost her mind.
I lost my mind, and I thanked Teresa profusely in person, one-on-one, her and I, and she was so happy because she's never designed this kind of a nautical theme before.
Yeah, that's very true.
If you've been a fan of Teresa Kogut and you have bought a lot of her designs, I dare you to go back and find anything nautical. I don't think you're going to find anything nautical.
I mean, not mermaidy or anything, no.
But because Deb and Kef's channel has always been Snug Harbor themed, emphasis on harbor, Teresa had the wisdom to say, okay, I'm going to do something that has something to do with the sea. and
it was perfect.
I'm going to tell you what. I was inconsolable.
Inconsolable. This is
and here I am in Utah.
Crying about the ocean.
On the banks of the Great Salt Lake.
Yeah, crying about the ocean.
Crying about the ocean.
This is my favorite part. Is this little sailor man over here with his little dog. That's my absolute favorite part of the entire design. I mean, conceptually, the whole thing is fantastic, but I just love the detail of the little sailor man.
Yeah. I mean, it's got everything in there. I particularly like the fact that the lighthouse actually resembles Maine lighthouses.
Yeah.
She wouldn't know.
Right.
She's in Michigan.
Right, correct.
Where there are also lighthouses.
Correct.
But anyway, it's just adorable. So you may remember, I believe, the last video before we left for Utah, or maybe 2 back from then, I was showing a design that I purchased that had a mermaid on it.
Oh.
It wasn't predominantly in the
mermaidy
in the design, but I probably said something like, I'm not usually a mermaid person. Well, Teresa said to me at the retreat, she said, Pam, when you said that, my heart sunk because I thought, oh, you know, here I was thinking about nautical things, and Pam's going to be disappointed because there's a mermaid on it. Pam was not disappointed.
The last thing Pam was disappointed.
So, just because somebody hollered to me from the next table over and said, Pam, you should start a sale. And I thought...
she said, okay.
Well, of course I will.
Sign me up for that.
You know. So, I did a center start on this only because an upper left-hand corner start would not have been difficult. But again, the distractions of being in a retreat setting, people talking all around me, I didn't want to screw it up. So I started right in the middle where my finger is, where this red bud is. Okay?
Yep.
Very, very center. And so, what's the fabric? Do we know? Oh, yes, we do.
Yes, we do. It's from LFA.
It is from LFA, and it's called, get this, Nor'easter.
Nor'easter.
Or Nor'easter.
There you go.
Like we say.
Like we say.
I say.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so this is how far I got during the retreat.
Yep.
Like I said, I started with this bud right here, and I worked my way over to, what does it look like, an urn?
Yes, an urn. Yep.
It's going to have some plants in it. So it doesn't look too nautical right now.
Right.
But
it will, I promise.
The fabrics, the fibers are beautiful.
Yeah, it's DMC and 1 weeks.
My colors are a certain dye lot, which is not bad. I walked over to the other side of the room where somebody else had started it, and her blue, this blue right here, was quite a bit lighter. And I was
Are you sure that was this project?
Yes, I am, because I came back to my table and I checked my key and I went, oh, don't tell me that I picked the wrong one. I did not, but it was just a dye lot. I don't think it makes a big difference. Hers was just a lot more slatey blue than mine was, but I picked the right color. I'm okay. And this is a needle minder that lots of folks passed out. Needle minders as gifts and floss drops and so forth. So that's why, so that's, you know, so the combination of this and the Sunnyside sampler, the 3 windows or 6 windows or whatever, that's all the stitching I did at the retreat. But that is pretty typical for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am always talking and visiting and meeting new folks. And, of course, there was the vendor space, which
we'll talk about
in a minute. So I was in and out of that. And those
are
our
whips
of
the
week. Some other stitching I think we'll show as whips on Sunday on the regular format.
Yeah.
Those were retreat whips.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so why don't you show the other pieces? So with Teresa Kogut's exclusives.
Right.
So there are 3. So obviously the large one that Pam just showed. And then this second one. And we don't have... Then the third one was a smaller mermaid. And the chart is inside this one. So I don't have a photograph of it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I have a photograph of it. But it will be in the slideshow.
Okay. So this is the middle-sized one.
Yep.
And it's called Under the Sea. Sorry for the glare.
Look at her.
So again, a mermaid.
Yep.
And then look at this. I got to take it out. Look at this needle minder.
Look at it.
Oh, shoot. Can you see it against the blue? Okay, against your hand. I mean to tell you.
Pam, it's so cute.
And there was also a...
This is the same company that she had make the needle minders for quilters.
There's also a project card in here.
Like, look at look at it.
There's also a huge sticker.
Oh, it's so cute.
A huge sticker that can go on your, what's those tumblers called? Yetis?
Yetis or your corksicles.
Yep. This is a huge sticker. It peels right
or
off
your
the
Stanleys if you're in Utah.
Stanleys if you're in Utah. There was also...
Some more stickers.
That's her brand design.
It's just another sticker and a business card.
And a business card.
Yep.
Very thorough.
Yep.
As we know Teresa to be. And then you'll see in the slideshow the smaller one, which, because it was small, a lot of people got it done at the retreat.
They did?
I think so. I think I've seen it done.
Wow.
Or at least since they've been home.
Wow.
So everything was packed up. Just a little side note. Word got around the room. Ymir was there from M&M.
Yes.
Who dyes the beautiful silks.
Yes.
And word got around that she had come up with a conversion of her silks for the middle-sized one.
Okay.
And so we were all, stampeding into the vendor room to get Ymir's bag of silks.
Yes.
As a silk conversion for the middle-sized one.
Yes.
So I just have that with. So it's kind of like retreat haul, but
oh, sure.
I might as well mention it now.
Well, yeah, because all goes together.
So,
great. Fantastic.
Teresa went through a very nice presentation describing the elements of her design, and it was just very fun to see both of the designers there, and everybody was very, very happy with what we got.
Absolutely.
I don't know that, I don't, I can't remember what I was going to say.
Okay, great.
But it was super, super fun.
Yes.
So, what else? Where do we want to go next on these notes?
To the next line item.
This one?
Yeah. So, at this point, we're going to break down our entire trip. The things that we haven't talked about yet. So, starting with what is Stitch West, all the things. So, as we've already mentioned, Stitch West is held once a year, typically in October or in the fall. It is held in Salt Lake City, Utah. And it is hosted by Debbie and Kefren of Snug Harbor Crafts here on FlossTube.
Yep.
This year was their 3rd year hosting one. It was our first time going, of course, and based on the friendships that we foster while we're there, the people that we get to see when we're there, and the environment of the retreat, like, there's not a chance we'll miss it again.
No.
So
we can't imagine
not going,
having not been there.
Like, I'm shocked that
and
we
didn't
haven't
make the
gone
decision
before.
early. We made it relatively late.
We did
to go.
Yeah,
and we can't imagine not having been there.
Right. Like, especially just after this year, you know what I mean? And,
yep.
and meeting Kef and Victoria and, like, just, like, and having Debbie and Kef and Chris and Victoria at StitchCon, and then, like, the amount of people, all those other Utah people that came to StitchCon that we see every year, and, like, seeing Colette at Quilters, and just, like, all these people, and it was just, like, why have we not come before? Like, you know what? It's just crazy. So,
well, it's a bigger trip. It's a more expensive trip.
Yeah.
And so, you're talking about bumping everything up to another level. Mm-hmm. But I said to Colette and others, when we first got there, and we went early. We went 2 days early.
Yeah.
But I said to 2 or 3 people, it's one thing to host a retreat. Mm-hmm. And obviously, we've done that.
Yeah.
But I think that by going, and going by air, by flying to a retreat. No. But it's a more extensive trip. Well, sure. And what I'm trying to say is that what I came away with upon arrival and on thinking about it after we got home, that I think that retreat hosts, gain an appreciation for what it takes to go to a retreat that is far away. Mm-hmm. We are fortunate that we have people come to StitchCon from far away.
Yes.
And I think one of the things that maybe we haven't appreciated in the past is what it takes in terms of money.
I wouldn't say that we didn't appreciate it. We just didn't fully grasp it or understand it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Grasp, appreciate, same thing. The money, let's be honest. The time away from family, away from jobs. Mm-hmm. The travel expenses, the accommodations, the whole thing. You can sit back on your haunches and say, come to me, come to my retreat.
Right.
And have a wonderful time.
Yeah.
But until you reciprocate and go in the other direction, speaking for myself, I gained a greater view, I'll say, about what it all entails. Mm-hmm. You're eating out times.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that I think that if as more retreats, and they are popping up everywhere.
Like daisies.
As more retreats are scheduled, I think the hosts of those retreats would benefit from going to other retreats.
Yes.
And I hope that happens more.
Yeah.
I think that happens more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the retreat itself started on Friday at noon. And then it was basically all day Friday from noon to whenever. Then Saturday and Sunday. So, however, our trip, we flew out early Wednesday morning, the Wednesday prior, and then we flew home Monday evening. And I'm very, very, very happy that we did that. Yeah. Because of what we were able to do and what we were able to see in the days before and after the retreat. So we're going to kind of go day by day a little bit. And so it's just easier for us to break things down that way. So when we landed, and we got the rental car, whatever. Catherine came to the airport to meet us with Lincoln. It was so exciting. It was the first time I'd ever met Lincoln in person, so that was really fun. Well, it was both for both of us, I suppose. So, and then we went to a place called Gardner Village, which was maybe like 20 minutes outside of Salt Lake. And we got lunch there we met Colette and Kim and Sharon and a bunch of people, and they came to lunch. But before we went to lunch, we went to this adorable shop. And the shop is called Pine Needles. And they are a cross-stitch, but mostly quilting shop. And they have like really high ceilings and like ton of like so much really, really cool stuff. So, while we were in there, we had quite kind of a long wait for a table for lunch. Because it was a beautiful fall day and everyone was out and whatever. So we're in there and I'm like, wait a second. I have a question. And I'm looking at their cross-stitch models, and they have quite a bit, but a lot of them were from like the same designer. And I'm like, I feel like they're connected somehow. And the designer that I'm talking about is Pine Mountain Designs. So I say to one of the very lovely ladies that was working there, I said, excuse me, can I ask you a question?
Shop's name was Pine Needles.
That's what I said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's when I was like, okay. Well, Pine and Pine. And so then I said, excuse me, I have a question. Are you all like related or connected to Pine Mountain Designs cross stitch?
And they are.
And they are. So that is the home of Pine Mountain Designs. Yep. So when I was taught how to cross stitch back when I was like 8.
Yes.
Some of the things I stitched were Pine Mountain Designs.
The little pillows with the little
things.
Yep.
Pine Mountain Designs.
The little tucky things.
So I wish they were quite busy in there. So, but I wish I had more time.
Is mine all in there too?
Yep.
Okay.
So I wish that I had more time to like chat with them, because I feel like they were obviously around back when I was like 8.
Yeah, they've been around a long time.
Right. And so I feel like maybe they took a break to focus on quilting.
I don't know.
Because now they are back with a vengeance, people. Okay? They came out with that Snapshot series. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Pine Mountain Designs Snapshot. And you'll see.
Had to get those.
Well, we've had them for a long time.
And Brenda started several months, and I'm kind of salivating to get them too.
Yes, absolutely. And so...
Is this the only one I have?
That's the only one you have.
Okay.
Yep. And believe me, I was a little bit shocked as well. So, anyway...
I'm still not convinced, but anyway.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I kind of counted that one as mine.
Okay.
What else? Keep going. Okay. I took one.
Yep. Okay. That's fine. Whatever. So that was really cool. I had no idea walking in that it was by the same people. So anyway. So what we're going to do now is we're going to show you the haul that we got from Pine Needles. Mm-hmm. And then we will insert the shop tour.
Yeah.
So break it up a little bit. So, all right, why don't you show what you got, Pam?
Okay. You might remember back a long time ago, maybe 8 or 10 episodes ago, maybe not that far back. I did purchase online one of the months of Pine Mountain's Hilltop series, which was a monthly series, and it was a patriotic man. It was for July. I don't know whether it was Uncle Sam, but it was a patriotic cutie pie. And this one,
oh yeah, he was.
I had to get. It's from the same series, and so I picked this one up. This is Hilltop Cross Stitch Club from Pine Mountain, and this is for November, so very timely.
Look at him.
I'm assuming you can call Pine Needles and get this.
And they have a website.
And they also have a website.
Yes.
And when I ordered the one for July, it came very quickly. So
and I love that we didn't even notice when it came that it came with postmark from Utah.
No. No.
We didn't even realize.
No, because, yeah. So he's kind of cute.
He's very cute.
The turkey's very cute.
Yeah.
And it's called Hilltop because all the little figures are standing on a little hill.
Correct.
And this one is called Thanksgiving Turkey. Mm-hmm. Sandra Workman is the designer for Pine Mountain.
Yes.
And I just thought this was a very cute turkey, emphasis on the gobble gobble.
And I obviously liked it too because I thought I got it.
She thought she got it, but it's cute.
I like his scarf the best.
It's really cute. Yeah.
It's very cute.
Yeah, he's got a scarf that's blowing back from his turkey neck.
Yeah.
Love it.
Love it. Okay, and then what I got... Can you open that so then you can just put my hollow there? The only one that I got that was not from Pine Mountain was this new from Heart and Hand, which we didn't have ours yet. It's Keepsakes soap. I just bought it because I saw it. And is Christmas Doodles. Or Doodles Christmas, technically. And look how cute it is. Oh, I love it so much. So, I got that. And then from Pine Mountain, I got this one called Perhaps Christmas. And it says, what if Christmas he thought doesn't come from a store? What if Christmas perhaps means a little bit more? And I love it.
Isn't that from something?
It's from The Grinch.
Oh, The Grinch. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And then this one is called Frank and His Friend.
I love him.
I love him very, very much.
Yeah.
So cute.
Love the little boy.
Yep.
And the orange striped t-shirt.
So much.
Yeah.
And then they have, they had these block stitch alongs, okay? So they had a Halloween one and a Christmas one.
Yeah.
I got the Christmas one. I kind of think I might just buy the Halloween one.
Halloween one was cute too.
Yeah. They're designed to stitch each one block per day until the holiday.
Yeah.
So there's 25 blocks in the Christmas one.
Leading up to Christmas Day.
Yep.
Yep.
And like they're cute and small, and you could stitch them
in an evening.
Easy. Exactly. So super, super cute. I love this idea. And the model was stunning as well. So
the models sell it.
Yeah. I mean, all of those we saw models except for the one Heart in Hand, but I know it's gonna be cute. So they were lovely in there. They like if you also quilt,
then you are in double trouble.
In trouble. Okay, in trouble. Yeah. So I apologize in advance for the enabling that this video will give you.
Yeah.
But this is the first of 3 shop tours. So get yourself ready for that. All right, so we will insert the shop tour of Pine Needles in, oh crap, what's it actually called? What's the name? Garner Village, Utah.
Hello, friends. Stop number 1. We've been in Utah for like 3 hours. And we've already found a cross-stitch shop. So this is Pine Needles. It is in West Jorden, Utah. From the airport, maybe like 20 minutes, I guess. Not too bad. But it's beautiful. So it's in this cute little village that I don't remember the name of. And I'm very sorry about that. Garner Village. And it's all cute for Halloween, but I wanted to take you inside and show you Pine Needles. So here we go.
already. And okay.
Did we do that on the first day?
That was Wednesday. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It feels like a century
ago. It was
ago.
quite a day.
It was.
We had a great lunch, by the way.
Yep, at Archibald's.
At Archibald's, which is also in Gardner Village. Yep. Gardner Village is one of these retail developments, and for Halloween they had roaming witches who were quite heavily made up as witches, and they were.
Gardner Village is in West Jorden, Utah.
West Jorden.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
And but it was a delightful spot. It was really warm.
It was, yeah.
In Greater Salt Lake and surrounding areas that first day.
It was.
We left here at 4:30 in the morning to get our flight in sweatshirts. And we were shocked to get to Utah.
And it was warmer in Utah than it was in Cincinnati.
warmer in Utah than it was in Ohio.
And then we came home, it was the exact opposite.
Yeah.
So that's great. So then after that, then Kev went home and we got in the car with Kim and Sharon. And we went to, I just want to make sure I get my towns correct. This is in Salt Lake City. We went to the Craft Center of Fine Stitchery. We've been hearing Deb and Kev talk about this shop for 5 years. So it was a must visit while we were there. And it lived up to its hype. So
lots and lots of models on the wall.
Yes.
Lovely people working there.
Oh my gosh.
And
Jamie, I think her name is.
Jamie is the current owner.
Nope.
Nope.
No, her mother-in-law is the owner.
Oh, okay.
But she is like
She's
the manager
front face of it.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Right.
And they also do custom framing. So the majority of their models are framed by them. So incredible.
We got talking to them, obviously Steph more than me, but
yeah, but shop talk and stuff. So, and they also, this didn't really apply at Pine Needles, but at Craft Center, if they made changes to the model, you got the chart and everything was already in the chart. Like all the changes that they made, easily in the chart for you. And I thought that was really great. And that's something that we do at Keepsakes as well. And that's something that they do at Shepherd's Bush. And so it was just, they had everything just very organized. And if you know me, you know I love organization. So I was very impressed with the shop. It was, I got asked a couple times over the weekend, like, but you work at a shop. So like, do you even buy anything when you go to the shop? Obviously, I buy things.
Clearly.
But at the end of the day, one shop can't have everything, right? So,
and they cater to their local clientele.
Correct.
Primarily.
Correct.
And so, the selection is going to differ, particularly if they have maybe a stitching group come in, which there was at Craft Center.
Yeah.
And so they're going to obviously carry stuff that their local stitchers are attracted to.
Yeah, because that's who's coming in the most often, right?
Right.
And so it was just interesting. But then it was really cool to see some models that we have at Keepsakes as well, and to see how they did them differently, which is really interesting. So I absolutely will spend money at any needlework shop I walk into. Thank you very much. So so their shop was like I said, very, very organized. Like, so every single time, and every model had a number next to it. And so then I just went up to Jamie and said, I'm looking for numbers 12, 14, and 8. And she would just walk right to it. Boom, done. There it is. Yeah. So very, very impressive. And a girl after my own heart from an organization. So that was very, very cool. So here is our haul from Craft Center. And again, I have the majority.
Okay.
Wait, that's fine.
Okay.
Excuse me, they're on me. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So if I show something and you're like, that's actually mine, then yell at me, but I'm fairly confident that these are all mine.
Okay.
Because I remember looking at the models.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Oh, so, pardon me. Not too far back, I got the drawn thread seasonal jumbles. And the craft center had, again, the model was the seller. This is Halloween jumble from the drawn thread. Sorry for the glare. Very, very, very cute.
Love it.
Very much distinctive drawn thread style.
Okay,
And
it's before, when you show that one, so that one we saw a model of at Pine Needles.
yeah,
And then you have been talking about it the whole ride,
yeah,
basically,
yeah,
to Craft Center. Then they had a model, because they had a model of it at Pine Needles, and they had a model of it at Craft Center, and you were like, I'm getting it.
yeah.
So you bought it at Craft Center.
So, and then I buckled by the time we got to,
And then on Friday when we went to Shepherd's Bush,
yeah.
they had a model of it there. That was the only one that all three shops had a model of.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Is there a year on this? I don't know if it's new or not.
I don't think it's new.
Oh, they've got, okay.
Yeah.
And they include the conversion.
Yep.
The Craft Center conversion, which is awesome.
Love it.
And this is, again, from the drawn thread, and it's called The Haunting. Now, when you see the shop tour of the Craft Center, this one is undoubtedly in the tour, but it might be on a different color conversion.
Yeah.
Either fabric or threads. And so just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And what sold me to buy this was the model.
Absolutely.
In the Craft Center conversion.
Absolutely.
But this is the chart. It's called The Haunting.
Yes. And that is a good point to say, is that I'm fairly confident that all of the charts that I bought from Craft Center were models. And that's what sold them.
That's right.
So as you are watching the shop tour of Craft Center after I show the haul,
right.
Then you can see what we liked about them. And any of the ones that were converted, those you have to get direct from Craft Center.
Yeah.
So if they did the work to do the conversion, then they are
contact them.
You contact.
In other words, we're not going to give it to you.
Correct.
That's the bottom line.
Yes, very good point. Okay, so this one is from Little House Needleworks. Never seen it. It's from 2012. Never seen it in my life. And it is called Winter Plaid. And what Craft Center did was that they stitched the words Merry Christmas instead of this alphabet. And they did a couple color conversions. But I was like, wait. When she handed me the chart, I said, this isn't the one. And she was like, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really interesting. So this is Winter Plaid from Little House. Oh, here's my bag. Thank you so much. Okay, the next two are from Jorden Privé, and there's no color conversions on these. But this one is called Christmas. And this picture is awful. So the model sold me. And then this one is called Winter Sampler, I think. And I just think it's so sweet. And it kind of reminds me of Utah with its mountains. It's so fresh. Look at the ice skating couple in the corner. Okay, so this one,
I think they're just walking, but that's all right.
You don't think that there's ice?
We'll have to look at it, but I think they're just walking.
I want it to be ice.
All right.
Like, whatever, Stephanie, I don't care what it is. Okay. This chart, I have literally seen this chart since I started working in the industry. I have literally filled orders for this exact chart. And I've never been interested in it. And then I saw the model of it at the Craft Center Fine Stitchery in Salt Lake City, Utah, and bought it. And this is the Addams Family from Plum Street Samplers. It's freaking cute. So it says, John and Abigail Adams had 6 children, although only 2 are featured in this design. The young Abigail, Nabby, and her brother, the 6th President of the United States, John Quincy. John and Abigail's other children were Grace and... I love it so much.
Yep.
Oh, and I think because I just like automatically assumed, which is what you should never do, is assume things. I assumed that it was like, you know, the Addams family. The Addams family.
Well, I don't know if you picked this up, but the 2 ladies in this design, one is holding the American flag. The
it's
other
like grayed out.
Is holding a bird. No, a white pumpkin. Sorry. But they have the Bride of Frankenstein hair. The black and like, white streaked hair.
It's like a play on Addams. The Addams family.
It's just...
freaking cute.
Too much.
Look at that. Look at the hair.
Too much. Yeah.
It's so cute.
Just, yeah.
Freaking cute. Okay, so this, so good. This is from Modern Folk Embroidery, and this is called Forget Me Not. Their color conversion of this was stunning. And it is just...
In a general way, what color?
Blue.
On blues. Okay.
It was with blue threads. So like slate blue threads.
Okay.
And then they had another... They were on the floor, like on the lower level. And they also had another Modern Folk Embroidery that was in front of it. That was in the same kind of slate blue situation. And then they also had framed on the wall the 2020 sampler.
Yeah, this is from 2019.
Yeah. But the stitch along from 2020 was framed on the wall. So gorgeous. Okay, then this next one is from Imaginating. And it's called Halloween Happiness. And again, this photo...
Oh, no.
No.
I would not buy it.
No, ma'am. But the model was the cutest thing on the planet. Mm-hmm. So that's freaking cute. Mm-hmm. That's Halloween Happiness.
She told me. She said, go look at the model.
Yeah.
And I went, really? Really?
Ew, really?
Based on this sort of green fabric.
So good.
And I went over to the wall, and you'll see it in the shop tour. I mean, it was just like, freaking cute. Absolutely, you will buy that.
Yes, you will. Okay, then this is book number 25 from the Prairie Schooler. And it is called Up on the Housetop. And I was confident that Pam was going to have it, but she didn't. And I got it because they stitched this, which I think is this. I think it's just on 2 different size fabrics. And they made the house like this bright golden yellow. And it's a hanging ornament. It's so sweet. So this, what did I call this book? Up on the Housetop.
Yeah, I was surprised, but I had my X Stitch Plus app, and I looked, and I did not own it. I was kind of surprised.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that little ornament was hanging right next to Quaker Christmas 2 from Bygone Stitches. It was stitched exactly as called for. And it was beautiful. So, great for me. And then the last thing that I got...
Oh, this angel's blowing a horn.
Oh, Pam.
Oh, gosh.
You might have to stitch it.
I might have to.
But you have to rip it out of my cold dead hands first. Okay, so this next one, the last one, is from the Drawn Thread. And this, again, was when she handed it to me, I was like, this is not the one I was looking for. So this is called the Pastoral and Pocket, Fob, and Sampler. So that's what this looks like. So it's a pocket, right? See, with the birds and the ladybug and the house with the sheep and all the little fobs and the pockets and all that, okay? So not only did they change all the colors, what does that say?
Worked with needle.
Yep.
2017.
Okay. So what what Craft Center did was they did that. And they took, it's like a combination
of all the elements
together. So the sampler has just the alphabet, but then Craft Center combined this and then also added their own charting of the words worked with needle.
Worked with my needle.
Worked with
the M1.
Yeah, worked with my needle 2017. And then that was included in there too. So it was beautiful.
So it's kind of like no, it really isn't. It's not really a band sampler.
No, not really.
No, it's not in bands, but it's just arranged so lovely.
So I want to find I know that it's in the shop tour, but I want to find the picture just so I can show people because, oh my goodness. Okay, here it is. Okay, so they did the sampler. Okay. And then they substituted the words at the bottom of the sampler. Flip it over.
It says CAZ,
yep.
Which is Cynthia.
Yep.
And then it says
her work 2015.
Her work 2015.
And they substitute that whole bottom row with worked with my needle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So pretty. Oh, so pretty. And the framing is chef's kiss. Yeah, so that was the last bit of haul. And they also did they did a conversion from dinky dyes to cotton threads.
Yep.
Okay. So that was all the haul from
Craft
Center. And so now we will insert the shop tour of the Craft Center of Fine Stitchery in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Hello, friends. Again. We've had lunch. Literally, we've been in Utah for like less than 6 hours, and this is our second needlework shop. So, totally worth it. So we are now, I don't know what town this is. I'm very sorry. I should know. I just am in a car, and then I end up at a needlework shop, you know? So, we are now just outside the Craft Center of Fine Stitchery. Look at the mountains, you guys. Oh, it's so pretty here. So we're going to go inside the Craft Center. Prepare yourselves for the beauty that is the Craft Center of Fine Stitchery. It's lovely. It's also very bad for my wallet. Okay, thank you. Here we go.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So then, last but certainly not least, is Shepherd's Bush.
Yes.
So, after we went to Craft Center, we went back to the hotel. We each took like an hour and a half power nap. And then we woke up and we went to dinner with Debbie and Kev and Brenda and her daughter and Sharon. And was Colette there? Yes, Colette was there. And it was wonderful. We went to this place called Twigs.
That was Wednesday night.
Yep,
dinner.
yep.
Oh, it's excellent.
Yep.
We ate very well.
We did, yeah.
We ate very well.
And so then, after that, after dinner, we went back to Debbie's house and had a little stitch night / just chat night. Way to go, Brenda and Colette, because they sat there and stitched, and I was impressed.
Yeah.
And Brenda's daughter did too. Yeah. But mostly we just gabbed the entire time. And got to see all of Debbie's cross stitch up in real life. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And we were there.
And our other decorations. Too.
Yeah, also true. And we got to see their setup, like, you know, the table that they film at. And I was like...
We met Dave.
Yeah, met Dave. Love Dave. He is as tall as they say he is.
Yes, he's a very tall man.
Very tall man. But it was so funny to see their table because I was like, it all makes sense now.
Right.
To see the layout.
Yeah.
All makes sense. So, they have an absolutely beautiful home. And then we left there. We literally pulled up to Debbie's, Pam and I did, in our rental car. And I was like, Pam, we are at Debbie's house.
Yeah.
Oh, it was dreams come true day.
Yeah.
It was
live
amazing.
in a lovely area.
Yeah.
And I think Farmington, something like that.
Sure.
I
think you're right.
Yeah. And this was all the first day.
Yeah.
This is 2 days before the retreat.
Correct.
And so
pinch me.
You can imagine, you know, the endurance that we had to exhibit.
Oof. So, so we went back to the hotel, and then we had plans to go to Shepherd's Bush at or around opening time, which was 10 a.m.
Okay. So now we're on to Thursday.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, Shepherd's Bush is in Ogden, Utah.
Mm-hmm. Which is a little bit of a drive, not bad.
Yes. And so we also knew that Victoria and her mom were also planning on landing in Utah on Thursday.
Yeah.
And so,
Press.
yes. Yeah. So because we had plans Thursday evening with everybody. So we drive to Ogden, and it was probably like maybe 35, 45 minutes at
bad.
most. It wasn't bad because I was just sitting there being like, look at these mountains.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And it's not that I'd never seen mountains before. I've seen mountains before, but like, it's not a part of my everyday landscape. So to just like have them out there is wild to me. Mm-hmm. So, and many a Utahian said to me over the weekend, I don't know how you know which direction you're going. Because in Salt Lake, the sun rises over the mountains and sets on the other side.
Yeah.
And I said to them, the sun rises and sets in the same direction.
I never heard of that conversation.
But it was just really funny. So, because Salt Lake is right in between, like they have mountains on both sides. Mm-hmm. So, anyway. So, Ogden, Utah, beautiful place. And I have wanted to go to Shepherd's Bush for a really long time. It's been on my, I've been stitching for 5 years. So, since 5 years ago. But when it came to like, you know, when people would say like, what shop do you really want to go to that you haven't been to yet? I would always say Shepherd's Bush because I always wanted to go there. And I just know how much of an institution they are. And so I was very, very, very excited to go. So we got there just after they opened. And we got to meet some amazing people while we were there. And so I just want to say thank you to anyone who we got to meet there that wasn't part of Stitch West. And it was just awesome.
You might remember, it's probably been 3 years in our FlossTube, and there was a trio of kids that had started a FlossTube, and their channel was something like two sassy stitchers and their little brother. Yeah. And I remember saying at the time that this is a clue on FlossTube that kids are watching.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
So their mom, Nisha,
I think that's how you say it.
I apologize if I don't have it exactly right. Her husband and those 3 children, who are now in
young adults,
at least junior high.
Yeah.
Met us at Shepherd's Bush. And it was just mind blowing. Yeah. The little brother is now
no longer little.
I mean, he's younger than them, probably a little bit embarrassed
that he's in a cross-stitch shop.
To the cross-stitch shop. Yeah. But it was lovely to see them.
Yeah, meet them in person.
We also met Lori Wilson from Threadmill.
Well, I had met her before.
Oh, Steph had met her. I'd never met her in person. Yeah. She was there and was just as sweet as can be.
Yep, it was great.
And so I'm here to tell you that when I stepped into this shop, I probably made 3 baby steps in. Yep. And then said to somebody nearby, hand me a basket.
Yeah, it was wild.
I'm ready.
Yeah. It was like the most happily overwhelming place we'd ever been. Yeah. And it's just like there is never ever going to be a shop that is like Shepherd's Bush. It's just so it cannot be replicated. No. In any way, shape, or form. And you can see pictures and you can watch our shop tour and you can see what we bought. But to see the things in person, it's like, it's almost like layers of cross stitch. So like there's things displayed and then there's things behind the display and then there's things on a wall and then there's things hanging from the things on the wall.
In drawers and it's in little cubbies. It is just a treasure house.
It is. I could literally stay there all day from open to close and not see everything.
And I really tried to make an extraordinary effort to get into every corner.
100%.
And that took time.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
It took time. And I was still pointed into another corner that I hadn't made it into yet. Yep. And step-ups and step-downs and the front window and the back corner and all up and down the walls, low and high. Yeah. And as Brenda said, Brenda happened to be there at the same time, and Brenda said the thing of it is, they're not showing you just the hottest new stuff. Right. They're showing you classic designs that will last the test of time. And that was so true because I took pictures not only of new stuff I'd never seen before and had to have, but older things that are still in my collection because I like the framing idea. Yeah. And it's a vast appreciation for the artistry that has gone into our craft over many years.
Absolutely.
And it was like it was one of those trips that you can say, this is Mecca.
Oh, sure.
We're going to the source.
Absolutely.
Right here.
Like, just like not pile, but like they had a ladder where they had hung all of the stockings that they'd ever designed. And it was mind-blowing.
Right. Just draped over this ladder in the corner. All these Shepherd's Bush stockings. Nuts. And then in the front window, you'll see. Yeah. But in the front window were all the Prairie Schoolers done on the large size cloth stern fabric. Yeah. Made into pillows. All of them arranged together.
Pam, we were there a week ago today.
A week ago today, we were there.
Yep. And like there's an entire wall of all of their snowmen. Right. And they're all different colors. It was incredible. Yeah. So this is hands down the longest shop tour I've ever done. I tried to find a balance between show you everything, but not bore you to tears.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm going to like even add different music, so it's not the same song
Yeah,
over and over.
You'd fall asleep. Probably.
You would probably. So, but anyway,
idea.
So, but first let's show you what we bought.
Yeah.
So you can go and you can look through, when you go to the shop tour, you can see the things that we bought. So you go first.
Where is it?
Hanging on the thing.
Oh,
okay. And then also, Terry and Tina are the owners of Shepherd's Bush. They are spectacular women. And they, FYI, they have a retreat. Shepherd's Bush has a retreat every other year. And the weekend prior to Stitch West, which Stitch West is not associated with Shepherd's Bush. It just happens to be in the same town.
Yeah.
But that's still a lot of people coming to Salt Lake and who know of Shepherd's Bush and who will shop there. The week prior, they had their own retreat. So to have their own retreat, which they spend 2 years putting together, to then welcome us with open arms.
Yes.
And to have in stock everything we asked for.
Yes.
Literally everything.
Everything.
Was both impressive and just incredible.
Exciting and impressive.
It was. So then when we cashed out...
Just as a preclude, we each got one of their, what do you call this, muslin? We haven't even untied them.
Yeah. They're so cute.
Tote bags.
Just thanks for coming.
Yeah, we each got one of them.
Isn't that sweet?
I picked up this thread keep as a souvenir primarily. Mm-hmm. And
that's so cute.
It just looks very shepherd's bushy.
It sure does. It's very shepherd's bushy.
Has all the markings on it, and of course their
logo.
Am I showing that right? Yeah,
yep.
They're sheep.
Yep.
Okay, so I will try not to linger on each one of these, but
it says touches of silk and linen, whispers of dried flowers, and potpourris in an old blacksmith shop beneath the Wasatch Mountain lies Shepherd's Bush.
Oh, that's even a better souvenir than I thought when I picked it up.
I almost cried just then. Cool, great.
Okay.
I'm fine.
I purchased a lot of kitted up designs.
Yeah.
Because
they make it easy for you at Shepherd's Bush. They make it
easy, and it's just like throw it in the basket.
Yep.
And not everything I bought was a Shepherd's Bush design.
Right. And with the exception of one chart in your stack there, everything else was a model.
Yes. And that's what sold it. Mm-hmm. So this is from Madame Chantilly, and it is called En Retard, and we kind of we're trying to figure out what that means in French. So people who know French can chime in, but it is a cute Santa reindeer village design.
So cute.
We didn't take the time to look up that French.
No.
That was chart only.
But it has their color conversion in the back. Yeah,
with their color conversion. So obviously that's why I wanted it, because I liked what it looked like. This is all kitted up from Shepherd's Bush. Everything in it. This land.
It says this land is our land.
Mm-hmm. This is a chart that was, there was a model on the wall. Mm-hmm. I would not have bought this. As much as I love homespun elegance, I would not have bought this but for the conversion that was on the wall. It's called Wishing Thee Freedom. And they have their own conversion. And it was, you could hardly see it, way down near the floor.
Bottom corner.
In the corner. In the back. In the dark. Whatever.
In the dark.
But it sold it.
Yep. And then it gives you all the...
And the conversion on the back.
This chart is called Late.
Oh,
look at him over here. He's
there you go. Isn't that cute? Now I like it even more.
Well, that was my goal plan. That was my goal.
All right. Okay. This was near the front of the door and finished in the same shape, but again...
but not as a pillow. It was framed.
Yes, it was. It was framed, but in the shape, but framed with their conversion, Barbara Anna Halloween Heart.
And speaking of frames, I'm pretty confident she is in Ogden as well. There is a framer and beautiful framer. Her name is Jorden.
Oh, yeah. She was 3 blocks away. They encouraged us to go, but we didn't have time.
We're going to go next year.
Yeah.
To her studio. But a lot of the frames and the mat cutting and all of that stuff is done by Jill Rensel. Mm-hmm. And so they have a very, very, very close relationship, Shepherd's Bush and them. So when you see pictures, and like including that Halloween one that you just showed.
Right. This one is not kitted up. It's a heartstring samplery. It's called Winter Comes. And the model on the wall sold it. I especially liked the lights in the window of the house. This pattern shows it in 2 different colorways. I'll have to check our pictures to see.
They didn't have a model of it.
They didn't?
Nope.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. So there was no model, but I just left it. Yep. Okay. The rest of my haul are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All kitted up. And they are not necessarily new designs.
No.
But the models were on the wall, and I said, I need that.
Yeah. Yes.
To be free.
Oh, I love that one so much.
With everything.
Yep. I think I did this one to you too.
Glad tidings.
Yep. Because it's got an angel blowing a horn.
Angel blowing horns.
Yep, I found this one too. Oh, I did you bad, Pam.
You did.
I did you dirty.
This is Sail Away.
Come sail away. I'm just kidding. It doesn't say
Sail
that.
Away.
And the shepherd blowing a horn. So
where's the shepherd blowing a horn?
Right here.
Oh, yeah. Looks like a clarinet.
Wait, and read what it says. It says, "Sail away, my dear one, upon a lapis sea, but if the winds be restless, come back again to me."
Ooh, I love that. Ooh, I love that.
Ooh.
And this is called 3 Ships. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning.
That's Pam's favorite Christmas carol.
It's my favorite Christmas song. 3 Ships.
And see that, like, this mat is from Jill Renzel.
Yeah.
Ooh, and that one's got silks, Pam.
And this one is called Garden Spells. And you know, I don't do gardening.
We don't go outside, but
all kitted up. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Absolutely
that
stunning.
one was right by the front door.
Yeah. Garden Spells.
I mean, look at the freaking... Give me that. Look at this freaking sheep wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah.
And what does it say?
They put...
Tasty.
Not tasty.
It looks tasty.
I don't know.
Don't know. Stay tuned.
Oh, heavens, I can't read.
Yeah, it's very tiny, so.
So, anyway.
So that was all Pam Shepherd's Bush haul.
These I can open up.
And start right now.
Start right now.
Just like that.
And
the convenience is 12 out of 10.
It's just amazing.
Yes.
And I'm done.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, so now do you want to see what I bought? Okay. Alrighty. So, I do believe that everything that I got was a model. So, that's great for me. And they had some old stuff, then they had some new stuff, and it was banana pants, okay? So, this was one that I have the chart. Okay, this is the chart. It's called Kind and Gentle Woodland Holiday Sampler.
From?
Artful Offerings.
Yeah.
And I like it as called for. I do. But then I actually ended up buying another shop's color conversion because I liked it. And then I saw the color conversion that Shepherd's Bush did. And I liked that so much that I bought that. So.
And you still haven't decided.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Which conversion you're going to use.
I have no clue.
I happen to like the original bright colors, but.
That's your favorite one out of all of them?
And the Shepherd's Bush coming in second.
Yeah.
And the other shops coming in third.
There we go.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We'll find out together, won't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a old chart. This is from, it's not that old, it's 2009. But it's from Mosey and Me, and it is called Pumpkin Cat. I mean, like, and I'm shook that they had this in stock. Because it's Mosey and Me.
Yeah.
So, but they had a model of it. Okay, and then this one is, I think this is newer from the, 2013. Fantastic. And this is called October Comes. And I like the trio there. And that's what the model that they had in the shop. And it says, October comes, so creepy, so scary. Then this chart, there's a full conversion on the back. And this is from the Cricket Collection, book number 283.
Never seen it before.
Nope, called Witch's Moon. So I think that like how this was intended was for you to stitch this and put a picture in here.
Oh.
Like, that's absolutely a picture.
It is.
But this...
A Halloween memory of some sort.
See, it says Jack back. Jack is back. Mm-hmm. So this cover model is like applique. But what Shepherd's Bush did was they stitched it. And then they provided their color conversion.
And that's what they use for the insert where the photo is. No?
No.
Oh.
There's two separate charts.
Oh, two separate.
So this one and then this one. Okay. And this is what I bought the chart for.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, then I got this one. Two of these are, I mean, whatever. This is a full kit. This is called Be Frightful. Their Halloween stuff is just some of my favorite. Like, I love it so much. But I feel like the fabric that I got isn't the called for fabric.
Well, you can check that later.
But I can check it later. Look how freaking cute that is. It's the sheep with the hat.
Yeah, that's signature for them.
It is. And once again, this is called Happy Haunting. Again, all the stuffs. And I feel like, I think Teresa Curry was stitching on this at Galleria one year.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And I was obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the sheep wearing a hat. Come away a haunting among the shadows deep, making merry mischief, then home to bed will creep. Freaking cute. Okay, this was another one where I had the chart, and then they were able to give me their color conversion and the buttons that they used. So what they did was they took these two. This is First Frost from Hands On Design. They took these two and they stitched them in one long row. And then to connect them together, they added buttons. And they changed all the colors. Genius. So cute. So look for that in the shop drawer. This is a patriotic one that Pam is going to let me stitch. And it is called Home. Look at the sheep in a hat. Okay. Well, yep. I guess it's sheeps and hats. That's what I like. Okay. Then, oh, look. Another sheep in a hat. This is called Lucky. It's a full kit. That's so cute, though. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. Then, another full kit. This is called A Witching Season. They had a spectacular Halloween display. It's so cute. And then also in their Halloween display is this one called Fear Not. And okay, one of my favorite things is the border. because it's like one black line, but then there's like squiggles in it, and there's a pumpkin head in it, and the stars. It's just so clever and creative. I love it. Fear not. And then, okay, then these are a couple charts that they had that I just thought were really cute. This is called Pineberry. This is from Pineberry Lane, called The Fruits of Our Labor. I just really like this one with the turkey and the gun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So cute.
That was hysterical.
Yes. And then this is, I think this is new. Nope, not at all. In the thread milk design for the bowl series called Turkey Tavern. And it says, ye old Turkey Tavern.
Cute.
Look at him. Okay, and then the last two little pin cushion kits that I got, also from Shepherd's Bush, were by Shepherd's Bush. One's called Scare You. It was the skeleton sheep in the middle. Mm-hmm. And then this is the October pin cushion. Oh. And again, 4 kits. So that's great.
Yep.
So that is all of my haul from Shepherd's Bush.
And we want to say before we go on that when we arrived and during our visit, we were presented with several gift certificates.
Yes.
And so, you know, those of you out there who are saying, whoa, you guys laid out a lot of cash.
Yes. It's just nobody's business that.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's not your business, but I want to thank those folks who gave us gift certificates.
Absolutely.
That we were able to apply to our purchases, and we sincerely appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It made it a lot more fun.
We hope we made you proud.
Yeah.
With our purchases. Thank you so much.
Right.
Okay, so at this point, first we'll insert the shop tour of Shepherd's Bush. So, get ready.
Yeah.
Get a pen and paper.
Right.
If you, and I should have said this before we started showing all the shop tours, but if at any point in time you see something in a shop tour and you want to know what it is,
give us a timestamp and we'll help you if we can.
The best we can.
Yeah.
So,
if we can't help you, you know, we'll tell you we don't know.
We'll try to find
and you
figure
can
it out.
call the shop.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so I will insert the shop tour of Shepherd's Bush in Ogden, Utah. Here.
You guys. I'm at Shepherd's Bush. We're at Shepherd's Bush. I'm in Utah. I don't know anymore. There's mountains over there. Shepherd's Bush. You want to see inside? Let's go inside Shepherd's Bush, shall we? Let's go see what they have.
Okay.
Wow.
So, before we go on,
Yeah.
I just want to say a huge thank you to all of the shop owners, all of the employees of Shepherd's Bush, Craft Center Fine Stitchery, and Pine Needles. It was an absolute honor and a privilege to be able to shop in your shops. Every single shop that we went to, the customer service was 12 out of 10. And it's so lovely to go to another city where cross stitch is thriving.
Yes.
So, and you all are doing very, very, very wonderful things for the community. So it's an honor to buy your stuff and to share it with our audience. I love being in this industry. It's a great thing to do. So thank you to everyone at all of those shops very, very much.
Mm-hmm.
So then after we went to Shepherd's Bush, we went to a chicken restaurant for lunch that had been recommended to us by Steven, Kef's husband. And then after that, we went back to the hotel, took a nap. And, before we left Shepherd's Bush, Victoria came to Shepherd's Bush.
Yeah, Victoria and Chris came.
With Sarah and Carol.
Right.
And Maisie.
And Maisie.
The new baby.
3 months old.
Angel child.
Angel.
Actual angel. And so we had a moment, Victoria and I did. It was beautiful.
In the parking lot.
It was beautiful. Thank you so much.
We were leaving. They were arriving.
Yes. So then we greeted them and and then they stayed to shop. So they went to lunch. They landed lunch, Shepherd's Bush. Shepherd's Bush lunch hotel. Yeah. And then we decided that on Thursday evening we were going to have a mother-daughter dinner. Mm-hmm. And because I think that before any... but there are obviously other things that bring me and Kev and Victoria together, but I think that the very special, strong, healthy relationships that we have with our mothers, I think that, the fact that we all have that is very special. Yes. So we understand what that's like, and we don't think that it's weird or you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I realize that there are a lot of people out there in the world who have not the best relationships with their mothers. And the fact that we all have really strong connections to ours, makes us feel like we're kind of kindred spirits in a way. So,
so there were 4 pairs.
Yeah. So then we got a 4th in Salt Lake because Sarah came with Victoria.
Sarah and her mother, Carol.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, the 8 of us decided to go to dinner on Thursday night. And we walked. What was it called?
Gourmandise.
Gourmandise, yes.
Gourmandise. I don't know where to put the accent.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like gourmand and then IS on the end.
Sure. And it was a little French place.
Well, we all walked except Deb and Kev.
Correct, because they drove in from their suburbs where they live.
Only to greet us in the parking lot going, "Oh my God, you guys walked?"
Yep, we did.
I almost died.
No, she did not.
I will tell you, though, just briefly, that the altitude did affect me, I think, to a degree.
Yeah, absolutely.
In terms of energy level, any kind of exertion. Certainly not sitting in the retreat in my chair stitching.
No.
But that walk, I was a huffing and a puffing.
Well, Cincinnati is 400 feet above sea level. Salt Lake City, Utah is 4,000 feet. Yeah. So
there's
roughly.
a difference. And trooping through the Salt Lake City airport was a little bit taxing.
Or whatever. It's fine, Pam. So we're good. And so we went to dinner and it was really, really delicious. Again, great food. Yeah. And they had, of course, a bakery, a patisserie.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Yeah. And then Kev and Debbie drove us all back to the hotel. Yeah. Thank you so much. And so then after that,
we haven't gotten to the retreat yet.
Yep, still haven't started the retreat. And then that evening, I went back to Kef's, hung out with Kef for a few hours at her home.
I went to bed, I think.
Yeah, Pam definitely went to bed. No, you said you were in the lobby till 12:30.
Oh, I did. I sat up and talked with people who were just arriving for the retreat. Yes. Here, we felt like we've been there for a week and a half.
Correct.
And there were people like Tammy and people like Allison that I sat up with.
Yep.
And gabbed with. Yep. Yep. And yeah, I really did not go straight upstairs.
No,
That's
she
right.
did not. She was a party animal.
That was the night we sat in the lobby of the Marriott, which was lovely.
Yeah. So, and then, so yeah, I went back to Kef's house, hung out with her, got to meet Harley. Oh, I love that dog.
What a dog.
She's so good. I got to meet Steven in real life. That was really a special moment. And yeah, so we hung out till like 1 a.m. And then she dropped me back off at the hotel. And then the next day is when Stitch West started. So started at noon. We went down. We got a table. It was the mother-daughter table. So me and Pam and Chris and Victoria, Sarah and Carol, and then also Judy and Alexa.
Yep.
And
another mother-daughter.
Yes. Judy lives in Pennsylvania. Alexa lives in Wyoming.
Yep.
Around Jackson Hole, I think. And loved them. They were fantastic. And then when they were able, Deb and Kef were able to sit at our table too as well. Which wasn't very often because they were running a retreat. Yeah. But, so we had a fantastic weekend with all of the mother-daughters. It was so great. Yeah. And there were other mother-daughters that were at the retreat. I should say that. But all of the ones at our table were part of our little group. So that was really special. And so let's do the...
we already did the retreat exclusives.
Yep, we did that.
We saw those.
Yep, so then now let's show you... So another thing that Deb and Kef had set up was a vendor room. And so this differs from like StitchCon in that the seller of the goods is responsible for selling the goods.
Right.
So like Ymir from Almond M&M's, she had a table where she was selling her silks, and you could go up to it and buy it direct from her. And that was that.
All great variety of vendors, from fabric to threads, project bags, apparel, accessories, patterns.
All kinds of things.
It was a wide variety.
It was.
Easy payment arrangements.
Yep, for sure.
And it was all across the hall from the stitching room. It was overflowing.
It was.
Because people like Jan Hicks and
Lynn
X Stitches. Yep. And it seems like there were 3.
Little Stitch Girl.
Little Stitch Girl were in the stitching room because there was no more room in the vendor room.
Yeah.
So that was available to us. And we bought things there as well.
Yes. So let's show you those things.
Okay.
So, Heather at Punky Pearl's place.
Right.
I'm going to have to check to see if she has a FlossTube. I think she does.
I think she does too.
But she was making these incredible portfolios. And so I bought one of them. And this is what they look like. So this is Teresa Koga fabric, because how appropriate. And this is the fabric that says, like, keep calm, stitch on, whips. And then, where is it? FlossTube is my favorite show. So, that's what it looks like. Then there is a central zipper. And then you open it. And each of these is a vinyl project bag. But they're all connected. See? So then you can keep them all just in there like that and zip them back up.
Beautiful.
And I love it. I kind of have a loose plan of doing some smalls next year and like some more ornaments and stuff. And so how perfect would that be?
Yeah.
So that's great. So I got that from Heather, and you can also send her custom fabric as well, and she can make you one like that. And then something something that was very exciting was that Jorden from Little Stitch Girl, her mother, released her first design at Stitch West, and this is called From Santa. It's published under Little Stitch Girl, but it was actually designed by Jamie, Jordan's mom. It's called From Santa. And the model is so cute. I love the hat. The hat on the S, the belt on the T is so cute. Look at that. It's so sweet. So from Santa by Little Stitch Girl. And then Rika came all the way from Germany, and it was so lovely to see her again. We saw her, of course, at StitchCon, and she was very busy at home in Germany making these project portfolios, and she brought them to Utah. This is Blackbird Designs fabric. It is beautifully, impeccably made, quilted, all the things, and then a snap closure, and then you open it up, and this is a vinyl project bag, and then flannel, and there's a pocket here, flannel, and then there's a magnet in here, and then also,
how cute that she put that in there.
I know.
It's a little snippet of Blackbird fabric.
Yeah.
And then she
embroidered around it.
Machine embroidered around that shape.
Yep.
With the magnet inside.
I know, right?
Beautiful.
Crazy.
Beautiful.
And then there's pockets back here and pockets back here with more Blackbird fabric. It's
just gorgeous.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I got that from Rika. And then Debbie also does a little bit of chalk couture. If you're unfamiliar, just go. It's like chalk art. But Debbie talks about it on their channel a lot. And she brought some stuff that she'd made for sale. And so I bought this cute little thing that says Welcome Winter. And I got it because it says Ski Chalet, Nordic Shop, and Mountain Village, because Salt Lake City. And so I bought it because this is what it said. And then I picked it up, and then I realized it had a back that says, Welcome Christmas. Santa Claus, please stop here.
Yeah, adorable.
So cute.
Yeah.
So cute. So that is what I bought from the various vendors.
Okay. I went, well, first of all, there were some of Teresa Koget's models in the stitch room.
Yeah.
And the first one I saw was called Psalm 91:11, and if you're not familiar, it reads, "For he will command his angels to guard you in all your ways." And hello, it's an angel
blowing the horn.
With a horn, and it is so pretty. So I immediately went over to Teresa in the vendor room and got this chart.
You gotta stitch it on that fabric too.
Yeah, I know. I also went through some of her charts, most of which I own, but this one I did not, and it's called "Oh Dear, It's Christmas" from Teresa.
I love the background.
I do too. I also picked up the needle minder that is from Land That I Love, which I took and I did stitch a little on it, but only until other things came along.
Yeah.
But this is the I've stitched this part in Land That I Love, and this is the needle minder that sort of goes with. So
cool.
I got that all of that from Teresa.
Excellent.
And we saw our good friend Leslie LaFleur from Under the Sea Fabrics, and we hadn't seen her, in about 4 years. Yeah. And she's doing very well. She caught me up on all the family. And I bought this fabric from her. It's a fat, is that a fat quarter? That's a fat quarter, isn't it?
Yep.
Fat quarter Jorden. I love Leslie's Jorden.
That's what you're stitching Land I Love on, is her Jorden.
Yeah, and this is 32 Jorden in Hestia, and it's just kind of a nice, soft, light rust color. So I got that from Leslie.
Yep.
And there was a lovely gal there named Cheryl, and she was selling project bags, and I got this project bag in this Teresa Koget fabric.
Love it.
Cheryl puts these nice, hefty zipper pulls on there.
Yeah, I love that.
She's had some other goodies, including some what she calls book darts, which are kind of like if you were going through your magazines, and you know how sometimes we use these little strips of posties, and some other cute little goodies along with the bag. So I got that from Cheryl, and she has a website called SoHungryHippie.com.
Hungry Hippie.
Yep.
HIPPIE.
Yep.
Okay. Got it.
And
So for fun.
yeah, basically So for Fun is her.
Let me see this.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah, it's So for Fun.
Yep.
Okay. Great.
And
Love that.
let's see. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. I see what's happening here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'll keep that all together.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also bought a sweatshirt
Yeah.
from What Are You Doing?
Okay.
It was worn enough that it's currently in the laundry. So,
Great.
so those were my purchases from the vendor room.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay.
Steph did not, but I participated in the Smiles Exchange. And I took a very small, early Lizzie Kate design, and it was made into a
Shelf sitter.
By Susan at Keepsakes. And the recipient, whose name I can't recall, was thrilled with it.
Thrilled? I hope so.
Thrilled. I went up and picked up my bag. It was kind of heavy. And I thought, well, I wonder what this is. So the first thing is a Ray Dunn mug filled with candy corn.
Love it.
With an adorable topper.
So cute.
And as I'm opening it, I'm getting kind of the side eye from everybody at my table.
But Pam is didn't
I'm
even notice.
oblivious.
Yeah, totally clueless.
I got a nice card with an adorable needle minder.
Did you open the card before you'd opened the stitching?
No, because...
Okay, so show the stitching then.
Then show the stitching.
Yeah. So it's in the same order as you opened it.
So then here's the stitch piece. Isn't this adorable?
It's Muffin with a dress on.
Muffin with a dress on. Super
So
cute.
you could literally put this out for Halloween and then flip it for Thanksgiving.
Flip it for this. And
good candy.
It was Carol right at our table.
So then you opened the card and you were like...
So then I opened the card and I'm like, have a fun Halloween, Carol. And this was kind of good. Okay?
Yeah, it was.
It really was a good idea. Because she put in this card, and she also gave me this cute little needle minder.
Wearing candy corn.
But she said, she put a note in the card and she said, sitting at the table with the baby. So that if, other than me, who was sitting at the table with the baby.
Also at the baby.
But if somebody else had picked this up.
Yeah.
They would be able to find Carol. She was at the table with the baby. And, what are you doing eating my candy corn?
I'm hungry, Pam. I'm withering away to nothing over here.
And spilling it on the floor.
I didn't mean to.
I love candy corn. It's a love-hate, you know.
Yeah.
You either hate it or you love it.
Well, that's the thing with candy corn. I like about 5 pieces and then I'm good.
Oh, no. I could eat this whole mug full.
You could right now.
So,
Dang you.
my recipient loves hers. I love Carol's. It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What's left?
So, the last thing to show you is some of the lovely gifts that folks brought to us. So, Pam kind of mentioned this earlier, but we got people passed out floss drops, needle minders.
Many.
Just needle books, or containers, just a plethora of things. For us to sit here and go through each and every one of them would take us 1,000 years.
Right.
So if we don't show the thing that you gave us,
please don't be offended.
Please don't be offended. But some of these, I think, were things that were just for us. And so, you know, if it was something that you'd made for everyone, then okay. As you can see by the whatever timestamp this is, you can see it's a long video. So in the what is the phrase?
Grand scheme of things?
No, in the respective time or something like that. So when we went to Shep's Bush,
right? I mentioned this.
We saw Lori from Thread Milk. Okay, and not only did she present us with 2 gift cards from a friend, but she gave us, sorry for the crinkle.
I think this is the last.
Oh, the final?
The last set of states from her Statehood series.
In her Statehood series. So that's very exciting. Okay. Alrighty. So, yep, you are correct. So then she also gave us a couple of Thread Milk stickers.
Not cute.
I love it.
Love it.
Okay, so quickly, number 41, Wisconsin. Cheers. Number 42, Minnesota. Oh, that's a loon. Took me a minute. Then number 43, Kansas. Did I say 43? Yep, that's what I meant. Then number 44. Oh, you got to look into this. This is West Virginia. Why is there a mailbox on there?
I don't know. Speak up, people. We don't get it.
Well, it's probably explained in the chart.
Yeah. Oh, Lori does all the research.
Oh, yeah. But we don't want to read it, so someone tell us. Number 40, I'm just kidding. Number 46, Colorado. Love it. Number 47, North Dakota. Look at that friggin', is that a bee? Yep, Bumblebee Charm.
There you go.
Number 48, South Dakota.
Why are you using an Italian accent?
I don't know, Pam. It's just, I'm trying to be fun about it, okay? And last but certainly not least, number 50, Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Aloha. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Alaska?
It already has come, Pam.
Oh, okay.
We already did it.
Okay.
So, that is all of the states in the series. So now we have the full series. That is so exciting for me.
Applause all around.
Applause all around.
Thank
you, Lori. It has been a pleasure to show them on our channel.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about those?
Sure. I found a couple of things on the freebie table.
Yep.
One of which I'm keeping very quiet about because it's very hard to find.
Oh, yeah.
I have stitched it. But maybe when we get closer to Christmas, I'll talk about it.
Oh.
But I already have someone in mind to loan it to.
Yeah, true.
It's her birthday today.
Hello.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, Andy. Happy birthday.
So she got a birthday present. She got a birthday loan. Someone brought me this, and I don't believe I have it. It's an Earth Threads from years ago, and it's called A Ship and a Book.
A ship in a book?
And a book.
Got it.
A ship and a book. It's got a couple of whales, a ship, 2 anchors, and 2 mermaids. And then this bright needle called Decorating the Town. I think these will be adorable ornaments for Christmas.
They will be.
Decorating the Town.
Love it.
Those 3. So,
so cute.
Someone brought me the ship and a book. I found Decorating the Town and the other
chart.
Secret one. I don't want to get a whole bunch of...
I got you.
People going
You're fine.
Nuts over it. There was a lot of good stuff on the freebie table.
There was. Okay. Then we also got...
Oh, yeah.
One of the vendors was a lovely gal, and her company is called DaisyChainQuiltCo.
Yep.
Daisy Chain. if they have websites or whatever, and I'm able to link it, I will, of course, link it. And she was so sweet, and she gave both Pam and I a project bag. That's what the backs look like.
Yeah.
The fronts look like. So, DaisyChainQuiltCo. Love it. So cute. So, thank you so much.
Yes.
And then, Debbie and Kefren gave us both project bags. And
who made these?
I think these are Cricklewood bags.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. From Jennifer at Cricklewood Crossing.
Right.
And so this is the bag they gave to me. And it says, "Believe in the magic of Christmas." With the Santas on the back.
Cute.
So cute. I love it.
And this one has July 4th, America.
Yep.
With this adorable claymation or clay
needle minder.
Yep. With
America. Take that, please.
Thank you.
Okay, and then the last item to show is from an amazing, amazing girl. Her name is Paula. And I got to talk a lot with Paula over the weekend. And Paula is just wonderful. And however, this was in the craziness of things. So I obviously know that this cute kitty cat card is from Paula because it has her name in it.
Yeah.
I'm like 98% sure that the gifts I'm about to show came from Paula.
If they didn't,
please let us know.
Please let us know. But we think we're right.
When I matched everything up, I'm pretty sure this is the right thing. So, in the spirit of Utah, Paula gave us a shepherd's bush chart, gave each of us a chart, and mine is called Stitch. And not only did she give me the bag, or the chart, but she gave me the bag to stitch it on as well. And then we actually have models of these at Keepsakes, and so I bought for myself all of the called for threads. And they're pearl cottons, so this should be very exciting.
Right.
And then Pam got...
I got the flag bag chart.
Yeah.
And the bag. And Stephanie also got me all of the threads to do it.
And the buttons.
And mine comes with buttons.
I was going to say, yours has buttons, mine does not.
So that's super cool.
So exciting.
So
thank you so much, Paula. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Paula. Or if we have that wrong, thank you to whoever it was.
Yes. But I'm, like I said, 98%
Yeah,
positive.
we're pretty sure.
Okay, so that, believe it or not, so is all the info that we have for Stitch West. So, at the end of the video, I will put a slideshow of an array of pictures, both of mountains, of people, of things we think you might want to see, and also things that we want to keep record of. So,
for sure.
That will be at the end of the video. So I hope that you enjoy seeing that. And basically, in conclusion, we had, like I said, the most wonderful weekend.
Yes.
If you couldn't tell from all of the things we talked about and things we showed you, it was just really great. Like, I cannot imagine.
There were lots of giveaways.
Yeah.
We didn't win any. That's fine. But there were generous giveaways. There was a woman there named Sarah who sold raffle tickets to support veterans in Utah.
Is military.
The military. That was also going on. So it was, the full experience was total immersion, total fun.
It was really great. I cannot imagine not going.
Right.
So.
Absolutely.
I feel like the event itself was wonderful.
Yeah.
I absolutely had a blast.
Yeah.
But on a personal note, the friendships that I fostered there, and like the fact that I got to spend so much time with Victoria and Kefren, and that's just time that is just priceless to me. So, on a personal note, thank you so much to Debbie and Kev, and to Chris and Victoria for making the trip out there. These people mean a lot to me, so it was really, really special that we got to spend so much time together.
Yeah, so we're going to be back on Sunday with a regular video.
Yeah.
And we will have shown you all of this.
Yeah.
So that's why we did it this way.
Correct.
And I think we made the smart call, given how much time this has taken.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this is a trip that we will not soon forget.
Correct.
And we can't wait to go back. We'll see a lot of people next year at StitchCon.
Yeah.
And we appreciate everybody who came up and said hi, who wanted a picture.
Absolutely.
All courtesies extended. We sincerely appreciate every single minute that we spent in Utah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely fabulous.
Spectacular.
So, with that, we have dinner to eat, and we have the editing and all the description box and all that jazz to do. But I hope you enjoyed this. And please, if you have never been to a retreat,
go to one.
You need to go to one. You absolutely
You don't need to get on an airplane.
No.
But just find one.
They're popping
up
all over the place. In the aftermath of getting home from Utah, I think we heard about at least 2 others.
Yeah.
They're all over the country.
Exactly.
So, that being said, we hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you Sunday for our regular routine.
Yep, and don't forget to stick around for the slideshow.
And stick around for the slideshow, and we will see you in a few days.
We sure will.
In the meantime, I'm Pam.
And I'm Stephanie.
And this is
Just Keep Stitching. Bye.